Well, we are here at Cedarville University. I'm joined with Trevin Wax, Channing Gillespie, Dave Aubrey. I'm Bryan Fowler. Dave and I are part of the group Still Creek, and we teamed up, all four of us, to write a brand new hymn called Christ to Every Nation that we just debuted this morning at chapel, which was wonderful. And we're going to talk about how the song came to be and why songs like this need to exist. So yeah, Channing, it started with you.
Yeah, Trevin and I actually go to the same church together, and we had just spent some time talking after he had preached one Sunday and started talking about songwriting, and that Trevin had dabbled a little bit.
Which I just learned today.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, and so as a church, we were going through a season of just trying to push a missions emphasis for our people. And I had a little chorus idea of a verse and sent it to Trevin just as a maybe our first co-write together, see if we could come up with anything. And so through email and text, never actually in the same room together. And you were here.
Months of time. I was actually at Cedarville in between, going to classes, teaching, and doing some things where I'd have an hour or so in between classes, and I'm we're going back and forth on text and audio and like just trying to think through what would a mission song look like that would be good for our church.
Yeah.
You have a background in like mission work, correct?
Yes. So I did 5 years of I did a lot of mission work as a teenager in Romania with our church. And then I lived for 5 years as a missionary student where I did, children's ministry, youth ministry, preaching, teaching. I basically cut my teeth in ministry in a cross-cultural context. Fluent in Romanian. My wife's Romanian, so I brought back the mission home. But that all took place in for 5 of the most impactful years of my life.
Channing mentioned like gaps in some of the songs we sing. I'm curious because I feel that gap too, leading worship every week, and as a pastor at my church. Trevin, when he brings a song to you and is like, "Hey, I have this thing stirring in me to write a song that's mission-minded." You had an opening line, "Oh, how beautiful the feet of the ones who bring good news." Is that right?
It's kind of from Scripture.
It is, Romans.
And Isaiah.
And were you ready to go? You're just like, "Oh, I have content that I've been wanting to sing for years."
Trevin sent me an email immediately with like 3 verses.
I'm not.
He's a writer.
I didn't remember that I did that,
great.
but I did because like a lot of the mission songs I grew up with, either hymns or praise songs, they're like bringing in the sheaves, or they're very much focused on the duty of the Christian and the soldier like aspect of it, like Onward Christian Soldiers. Even I love "O Church Arise," from the Gettys is a newer one, but it's like, what I feel like we don't have a lot of mission songs to begin with. We have a lot of salvation songs, not a lot of mission songs. And the mission songs we do have, I thought what I feel like's missing is one that really captures the beauty of the overarching story that gives context to the mission.
Amen.
To where it feels more invitational into this, hey, come be part of this adventure, rather than just let's go out and win the world.
Here's your charge,
Right. And now the other, both are biblical. It's just the idea was, could we do something that was, let's paint a picture for people that sets it in the context of what God has promised for the end of time, even with the 3rd verse, So that's really where it came from.
There's a warmth and an invitational kind of tone to this song. Even just as you sing it, you feel compelled into this greater story, this greater narrative of, what God is accomplishing, Christ is accomplishing throughout redemptive history. And we get to play this small role in that. It's a really beautiful thing.
I feel like at the core of everybody who is united to Christ, we have the Spirit inside of us that is recreating affections and desires for us to live for something bigger than ourselves. And that progresses over time as sanctification takes place. And this song touches, for me personally, that part of me. It gets me out of like, hey, building my own kingdom or my own ambitions or my own desires. And it kind of reorients my heart to think about who I'm called to be, who I'm created to be, and this incredible, and you nailed it, like this beautiful, glorious, joyful story that I'm a part of, and that I am now told to go and bring to people who have never heard it or heard it in a captivating way of the beauty of God, the glory of God. So I love that exists. It does that in my own heart when I sing it.
Well, and I'd say
great.
too, one of the big things we have talked about of, I think selfishly as a songwriter, you kind of hope that your songs go around the world. And this one in particular, it's been so special to me to think that God might take it and stir in the hearts of people to send them around the world, and to think what a greater blessing to know that you had a part in watching not just a song go, but His people go.
That's why I was asking,
remarkable.
was there something when you were processing with the Lord and other people, am I being called to a specific place? Or am I called to do the work of God's mission here in my local school or my local government office or whatever it might be? I was just wondering, like, how many stories have you guys heard where people are like, oh man, I heard a song and it encouraged me. I hear that all the time, by the way. But when you hear, I was singing a song, I was captivated by the song, which is formational, is teaching theology, and it planted a seed in me to go to the nations. You know, I've been in pastoral ministry for like 20 years, and I've never heard that. And people remember songs more than sermons. You know what I mean? No offense. You preach, I preach. So I love when the invitation came, like, for us to be a part of this, and I'm very, very thankful. And that's my prayer too. I'm praying like this is a seed that is planted in people's hearts all over the world to draw them into being a part of God's great mission. Yeah.